As we all know, a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. I'm delighted to welcome you to the health program, Healthy Living, on NTAK again. My name is Bukola Da Silva, and like we normally do on this program, we focus on health and health-related matters. And so today we're going to take a look at one very important thing which has to do with autism. Autism is a disease that I know so many parents dread, and no child actually prays to have autism as well. But one way or the other, autism comes. When it comes, how do we take care? How do we tackle the issue? And so that's going to be our focus today. I'm not going to do the talking alone. I must tell you, I have a big fish in the house, in person of the wife of the High Commissioner of Pakistan. She is Farida. My pleasure to welcome you to Healthy Living.
Thank you so much
How
for
are you
inviting
today?
me. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. And how are you?
I'm fine. I'm cool too. Trying
That's
to
good.
stay healthy all the time.
That's good.
Like I said, we are taking a look at autism today. I know so many people don't even understand what autism is about, except for those people that are having children with the disorder. So what is autism?
Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder, and that inhibits the child to communicate and socialize with people. And they have a lot of behavioral issues, and it starts from 18 months
Okay.
to 3 years of age, and it affects their cognition, their socialization and communication.
Okay, right from that early age of eight months, am I right?
18 months.
18 months. How can one know if a child has autism disorder?
Because there are certain symptoms and you have to watch out for them. For example, the child doesn't have eye contact, little eye contact or no eye contact at all. And then he has, he walks on toes, and then he just throws tantrums, and he is very aggressive. He might harm himself or the other person as well. And he is not able to point at things, you know, like normal children do, like just point at that, look at this is so beautiful or whatever. He cannot point, and if you call out his name, he will not be able to respond to his name. And if you give him some commands, he wouldn't understand what you are asking him to do. And then if you give him a toy to play, for example, if he has a car in his hand, he will just spin the wheels, you know, spin the wheels of the car. He will not put it on the ground, he will not push it like other children would do. And he likes arranging things in lines.
Okay.
For example, if you give him a toy, toys, so he will just put 3-4 toys just in a line. He likes, yes, just to arrange. He doesn't like to play with them.
How do they develop autism?
Well, it is not really known, but because, I mean, of course they know what is in the brain, but till today they are trying to find out about some the nerves that are affected, and they sometimes even say that the child gets inoculated with the vaccines at that particular age, and because of the preservatives in the vaccines, they can develop this autism. But it's not very clear as yet.
Okay,
They're still in the dark actually.
Okay, but why of all the disorders and perhaps diseases and things like that. Why the special interest in autism?
You know, many people ask me this. And it is actually because I had a friend who had a child with autism, and I saw her ordeal. She was run from pillar to post because she knew there was something wrong with him, but she didn't know where to take him. And she was very rich. I mean, I'm telling you about a rich lady who just doesn't know where to go. So then it, I started thinking. I said, there has to be a place under, where you can get facilities under one roof. For example, if the child, you see that he is not behaving properly, at least you know where to take the child. So I think that was the time when I decided I have to do something about the awareness, because there was no awareness. That was the main issue.
Okay. But children with autism disorder, can they become responsible one day? Can they become good citizens in the country, for instance?
Well, it all depends on the, the spectrum, the level, whether they are average, moderate, then they go on, then they can be severely they can be with severe autism as well. So if they are, the basic thing is that you have to give them early intervention. For example, if the child is 3 years old and the parents, they take it to the doctor and they find out, they assess that, oh, he has autism. So if the child is given, they start training the child and giving him therapy from that age, then they can be a less burden on the society and their parents. For example, he or she can bathe themselves, eat food themselves, change themselves. And if they are high functioning, because there are some high functioning children as well in this disorder, they can even do a small job. So this is the way that you can reduce the burden on the society and the parents, because then the child can look after himself, and this is very important. And this child, he cannot sit in one place for a very long time.
They're restless?
They are very restless, some of them. So you have to really train the child. This is the first step. You have to train the child to sit in one place first, and that is very challenging.
Okay, because like you said, there was a time I was in Jos, for instance. I heard about a particular lady. I even saw her at a particular time, but much later I heard about her that she had the best result or something like that. She was a student of the University of Jos, and I learned she did very well, and she had autism, because even at that time when she walks like this, but she had very good results.
Because as I just told you that there are children who are, if they are high functioning and they get treatment as soon as 3 years, when they are 3 years old, they can excel in many departments. For example, these children, they are geniuses even, and they are very good in music, in art, and you will be surprised to know there's such an important artist, a well-known artist, Van Gogh. They say he was autistic. He had autism. Then Jane Austen, she had autism, and Albert Einstein as well.
Wow.
Yes, so they, yes, I mean they are geniuses as well, but there is a big but.
Okay. What's the but?
The but is you have to bring the child out from the homes and you have to take him to the doctor. You cannot lock up the child in a room and think that, oh, nothing can be done for him or her. They are geniuses. As you know, the famous artist Van Gogh, they say he had autism. Yeah. Jane Austen, Albert Einstein, they say even he had autism. So you see, if they are given training and therapy at the early ages and stages, they can be very good in music, in arts, and you never know in what sphere they might excel.
Oh, that's good. Can the children with autism become responsible and possibly independent later? Is it because that they don't know about the centers and places like that?
Actually, for this, I want to go on the media, because there is no awareness. When the parent sees that this child is behaving abnormally and he's very different from other children, they just try to keep them locked up in the house, and they are ashamed of the child. Oh, he's been misbehaving so much. This is where the society needs awareness. If they know that this child is not misbehaving, there is something wrong with him. So they should, as soon as possible, bring this child out from the house and take it to the doctor to find out what the problem is. They shouldn't be ashamed of the child. I have seen so many children being kept in the houses, just locked up, and the parents, they fight amongst each other and they say, oh my God, this child, I don't know how he is, he has become like this. I have seen so many divorces being taken place because of the stress and the pressure. And this is the worst thing that you can do to your child. You have to love this child more than you love any other of your children, because he has a right to live and to get all the other facilities, yes, of all the other facilities and attention that the other children are getting. And you have to spend money on him. You never know what they might become when the child gets therapy and everything else, you know.
In Pakistan, you have a center for children with autism disorder. How did you come about with a center?
Well, the same way. The media helped us a lot. Like you are taking my interview now. In Pakistan also, we went to the television, the radio, and we distributed flyers about the symptoms that these children have to offices and schools and shops, and just to make the people aware about their children. Then we started, getting calls from these parents that, oh, I got this flyer and it says they have this symptom. So that means that my child might be having autism, and then they bring their children to us for assessment. And sometimes they didn't even have the money to give, to pay for the assessment.
Is it expensive?
Oh yes, the treatment is, it's the most expensive disorder in all disorders, because we have to hire ABA specialists, that is the applied behavior analysis specialists, then the physiotherapists, speech therapists, occupational therapists, and you have, and special educators, so you have to pay all of them. So, and it is one-to-one interaction with the child, so we have to hire a teacher for every child. So that is why it is so expensive.
Okay, now how do you plan to start a center for autism in Nigeria, especially here in Abuja?
Well, this is when my husband, my husband is he was the president of our NGO, and when he was supposed to come here, so we thought that we must do something for the Nigerian children, like we did in Pakistan, because we want to benefit everyone.
Wow.
But for that, I'm sorry to say, the Nigerian people have to come out.
Okay.
Because
They have to come out that they have the children.
they have the children, and of course they have to donate, because it is their civic responsibility, everyone's civic responsibility. In our center also, it is a non-profit NGO, and the 75% of the donations we get from friends, relatives, and from the corporate sector. The corporate sector gives 25%.
Okay.
And because we need a lot of subsidy for the children, we target those people who cannot afford this treatment, because the rich people, they can take their children anywhere in the world. So we give 75% of subsidy, the fee subsidy, and 25 to 100% we give the subsidy. We interview the parents, and we ask them.
I was going to ask as well. How do you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we did a lot of work on that. We interview the parents, and we ask them their income, and then according to that we decide how much subsidy we can give them, and all our accounts are audited in Pakistan.
What do you expect? What do you expect of parents that are having children with autism disorder, or even schools that are catering for children with autism disorder? What do you expect of them?
As I said, the Nigerian parents have to bring their children out. Only then they will be able to, anyone can help them. Now the children, the school children, we went to the schools also, because I saw that the parents who have children who do not have this disorder, they do not accept these children in the mainstream schools, and that is so sad.
That means there's discrimination.
The discrimination, because if the child with autism is given proper treatment, he can even go to the mainstream schools, and there the parents, they stop the school from taking such children. And this is what I wanted to say. You are lucky your child is not like that, but it is your responsibility, civic responsibility, to accept these children. Don't shun them and don't try to change them. They are not bad mannered, they are just different, Accept them as different children. They will not harm your children in any way. So have a big heart, please, and let them also prosper. As you just said, that the lady, she was, yes, she had very good grades. And this is, this child can also be something, or somebody in life if they are given the chance. So just give them a chance, please. That is what I say.
Is there a way that your center also works with the hospitals or whatever, so that they can always take care of these children?
Actually, we don't need to go to the hospitals because as I said, that we have all the training under one roof. We have they need the occupational therapists because they have, their fine motor learning, they have to have fine motor learning. And because of that, they have to do a lot of exercises and they have to go on this balancing thing so that, because sometimes they cannot balance. So they love to jump on the trampoline. And yes, we have to take them to the swimming pool because these children, they have a lot of aggression in them. And it is very important to take out this aggression in order to deliver some training to them. So when they have had their swimming session, they become so calm because it is the nerves that have to be calmed down, and sometimes you have to put something heavy on them to calm their nerves. Yes, so we have those contraptions also with us. And this is the, everything else like physiotherapists, we have them also over here. And I never mentioned one important thing, and that is a sensory room. Because the children, the five senses, they do not interact with each other, and this is the problem with the children. So he has many issues, sensory issues. So when we see that a child is upset or is throwing tantrums and we also don't understand what's happening to him, so we just take him to the sensory room. It is so calm over there. You would love going there yourself, There are beautiful lights inside, low lights, and we just calm down the child in that room. Then we bring him out and again he starts his therapy or his...
Wow, I just wish we could just go on and on and on, but time is not so much in our sight. And I must tell you, we've been talking about autism disorder, especially in children, because it is the children that will grow to become adults tomorrow. And so I've been speaking with the wife of the High Commissioner of Pakistan, Farida, and it's been very revealing. But just before we go on to this program, let me just ask for one more word for parents that are still having children with autism disorder, but are still keeping those children. I must say thank you very much. What one word do you still have for people, parents especially, having these children with autism disorder?
First, I would like to thank you. I'm so grateful to you that you have come here, and because I want to do something and I want my center in Pakistan, whatever they can do something for these children, we will do. But the main issue is money, the donations. I will also say to the parents also, please donate, of course. But I want the philanthropists to come forward. I want the private sector to do their part, in the society. And for the parents, please don't keep these children inside. You have to treat them like your other children or like other children who do not have this disorder. We cannot go from door to door to find out if there is a child who has autism. So this is my first request to the parents. Please bring them out. Don't keep them locked up in the houses. You are not helping them at all. Just help. This is your child and you have to help him yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. And this is my message for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate having you on the program. And it's here we'll be drawing the curtain on today's edition of Healthy Living. I do hope you've been able to learn or pick a thing or two on the program for today. Until another time will come your way, I'll say stay out of trouble and stay healthy. Bye for now.